if he can deliver for Nova Esports.
Well, guess what? Just like he says, as a Chini, he took care of business. He took care when he got on stage for his first live event. Now it's Trainer Chris's time. And I feel like Nova is really coming out with the people who haven't been to live events yet and trains them beforehand and preps them and gets them ready for their first live event. And let's see if Trainer Chris is just like that. Trainer Chris, Diego B, let's see if Nova can reclaim the hill like they did in their first match.
Trainer Chris gets ahead and gets the Expo down. Bandit and Battle Ram are going to charge and take that thing down very quickly. Now, Expo doesn't get any damage, but of course, Battle Ram Bandit not going to do too much either. It looks like Diego B is playing the bridge spam deck that he played earlier today. Trainer Chris running a very fast cycle Expo deck. Would not surprise me to see one-cost skeletons in this deck as well to allow Trainer Chris to get back to that Expo as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's actually using the Mega Minion instead of the one-cost skeletons for Trainer Chris's deck, that is. There's two ways you can play it. He's using it like that, so his next card will be Tesla and I believe Log are the next cards in Trainer Chris's deck. Diego B, however, is running that, actually it's going to be probably a Golem deck now that we saw the Pump come out. So interesting combination there. I mean, it did look exactly like, you know, the bridge spam deck with that. So it might be actually 3 Muskies with Night Witch?
Could be a lot of things. I'm excited to see. The last 2 cards could really go. Could be big tanks. It could be 3 Musketeers. But if you're just tuning in, it's interesting because a lot of people played Clash Royale when it first came out in the start of 2016, and maybe it's dropped off and hasn't been sticking with it so much. You might be surprised to find out how much this game has evolved in terms of competitive metagames. We watched the World Final qualifiers last year, and what blew my mind was out of 80 available cards, 72 cards were played throughout the qualifier. Almost every single card in Clash Royale is viable at the competitive level. It's just a matter of which decks you're going to put them in. How are you going to construct your 8-card deck? It is one of the most balanced esports in the world today, and that's what makes it so exciting to see these big orgs get into it, sign the best players, and find out who's got the best team.
And there it is, triple Muskies coming down from Diego B here. Trainer Chris does have the counter. I mean, Expo does counter 3 Muskies, but, you know, you do have the Bandit, you have the Battle Ram, so anytime you look away, you know, or take 1 second, you know, you could lose your tower in an instant versus a 3 Musketeer deck.
Yes, those Musketeers fire so quickly, and with the bridge spam support, you've got the Ice Golem, Battle Ram, Bandit. What you often see with a deck like this is if they can't get through with the 3 Musketeers, if for one reason or another 3 Musketeers just aren't doing it, you can switch to just be an Elixir Collector deck and then go Ice Golem, Bandit, Battle Ram, Ice Spirit, like over and over and over again while cycling pumps.
Yeah, and oh, he's got a bomb tower! Oh, hashtag bomb tower. As the Expo might actually lock on. No!
It does, just for a little bit of damage. Now, if you didn't know, we have 6 bounties today. 2 are active. You will get $100 if you can win a match with Bomb Tower in your deck. You will also get $100 if you can clean sweep an entire team by yourself. Trainer Chris going for that $100 bounty, and if he can kill all 3 players on Team QUESO, he'll walk away with another $100.
Yes, but here's the thing, that huge push from Trainer Chris getting a little bit of damage from the Expo. The one problem is that a pump was able to be down for Diego B, and what that does is it allows him to keep on cycling pumps. He's going to keep on cycling pumps pretty much whenever they're available right now until he can gain a substantial Elixir lead to the point where he can push with his Muskies and really take care of this Expo. It's going to be one of those interesting cat and mouse kind of games of can he get enough Elixir to push through this Expo Fireball deck.
Despite having a huge Elixir advantage, Trainer Chris is saying good game as the Expo has locked on. A Fireball's coming down to finish it off, and Trainer Chris claims our first bounty of the day in his first appearance. $100 for winning a match with Bomb Tower.
Wow, and the first champion of our bounty is going to go to Trainer Chris. He's going to be getting the $100 bounty. And just like we said there, when you're the 3 Musketeer player, you have to cycle pumps and then hope that the Expo doesn't connect just so you're able to cycle enough Elixir. I think you need to have 3 Elixir pumps on the field in order to push through an Expo player. He got the 3 pumps down, but he was just punished before he was able to really ramp up with all 3 of those pumps. Because you drop 6 for the pump. That's an investment where you're going to be getting 8 but over time.
Right, and right away, you only have 4 elixir to defend with. Trainer Chris smelled blood in the water, dropped his Expo with all the support, and was able to lock on. Diego B just didn't have the elixir to defend, although I agree with you that if he could have held on another 30 seconds or so, that elixir advantage would have been massive and he could have pushed through. Expo, a very good archetype against 3 Musketeers, as we saw in that last matchup. You can put Expo down in the middle like a defensive tower, and as those Musketeers are approaching from either lane, it's just picking off the damage. Adrian Piedra settling in for Team QUESO, one of the smiliest players in Clash Royale competitive. Always got a good attitude. He gives a little good luck to Trainer Chris as they're laughing and making jokes before starting this cutthroat competition.
Yeah, I mean, Trainer Chris though, hey, showed up to play right now, took out Diego B, who's on a little hot streak there coming into that, and he used Bomb Tower to do it. And I feel like if you're going to use Bomb Tower in any deck, it would be an Expo deck and hope that your opponent doesn't have Lava Loon. Because if you have Lava Loon versus that, you just walk away. You just put your phone on the table and just walk away.
I'll
back it up. But that was not the case. Trainer Chris, it was going to be getting our first bounty. And there's still 1 bounty available on the field, and that's for a player to eliminate all 3 of the other team. Adrian Piedra, Trainer Chris are going to be going at it right now. Can Trainer Chris take down the Pallone?
Now, both of them, I'm the Pallone. Actually, I swear that I thought Pallone meant eagle for months, and he'd be like, hey, Pallone. I'd be like, hey, Pallone, back to you. We're all Pallone. Everyone's a Pallone here. And I found out Pallone means bald man. I'm like, you jerk, Adrian. It'll happen to you, too. So both players right now waiting, and they're kind of laughing about it. What this means to me is that they're both playing something like Lava Loon, Golem, some deck where you don't want to commit up a lot of elixir early because you might get punished, but also a deck that does so much better in double elixir time. If I'm playing Golem and you're playing a smaller deck, I am thrilled to just wait for 2 minutes and only start playing in double elixir time. It looks like both of them are in that situation, staring the other one down in a little bit of a Russian roulette to see who is going to make the first move once they hit double elixir time in about 49 seconds.
Yeah, so you can count the clock right now. If you're going to wait this long, you're going to wait till the entirety of single elixir time. Get into that, actually, about, I would say, 102, 101, you drop a card, that way you don't,
I like that too. 102 is
up. 102, 101, who drops it first. And it's also who drops it first. You got to be right away, you got to drop your card because there is that, 0.5 seconds of you lose out on elixir. Every single elixir drop matters, especially when you're running 2 decks that are going to be as heavy as these 2 are going to be running. I expect to see Golem, Lava Hound, Golem, maybe even double Lava Hound here. Maybe giant double Prince. Yeah, giant 3 Musketeers. But there's a Tombstone, so it looks like there's going to be a Lava Hound Tombstone. There's already a Tombstone.
I would say, Lava Loon for Trainer Chris, and it looks like it might be Golem for Adrian Piedra, but we will see Royal Ghost coming down. That's a lot of ground-based attack coming at the Lava Loon deck. Lava Loon deck's not known for having ground defenders, so it looks like a ton of damage is going to crash onto this tower. The guards are down to defend, but they're in the poison, so they're not going to live very long.
Magic Archer, does he have a tornado as well? This could be huge. No tornado. This Magic Archer isn't really going to get that much value. The balloon is going to get taken out, though. Can he take out the tower in time? That's the question.
Keeping the pressure on. Flying Machine there is going to be cleared out by the poison, but another Lava Hound is already there to chip more damage. Even though Adrian Piedra has the elixir advantage now, or the damage advantage now, he just lost it from that Lava Hound.
Yeah, a Fireball, though, is going to be able to take it down. Trainer Chris looks like he might be able to push through here, but there's a Battle Ram at the bridge. That Battle Ram's going to get absolutely annihilated, and it looks like Trainer Chris, the heavier deck in double elixir time, was able to take it home. And I feel like the bridge spam deck, you should have went in single elixir there, especially versus, I guess he didn't know what he was playing against.
Sure, but if it was like a Golem deck or a Goblin Hut deck, you're kind of in trouble there because trying to bridge spam into a Goblin Hut can lead to some bad exchanges. But you're right, as soon as that Lava Hound went down, I did like that Adrian was going, for the pressure, but unfortunately he played that Mega Minion on the right, so he felt like he had to go on the right, the same lane as the Lava Hound. And what that allowed Trainer Chris to do was play his defensive troops in the back. They're going to stop the push, and anything that survives then catches up to the Lava Hound and can help support that push. And it was just very difficult. Normally with bridge spam, you want to go the opposite lane. Correct. It didn't quite work out here. So now check it out. We actually have 2 possibilities for this match to go on a bounty. If Trainer Chris defeats Colton and 3-0s QUESO, he's going to walk home with a second $100 bounty for 3-0ing a team. However, if Colton wins and he can defeat the rest of Nova, then he'll walk home with that $100 bounty.
That is true. Colton just sitting here, you know, looking at his phone, trying to figure out exactly what deck he wants to take here. After watching Trainer Chris take down 2 of his teammates, you never want to get swept. That's one thing, you know, that you don't want to have happen. Team QUESO, you know, I believe, did they have that happen to them already from Nova once today? Or?
It was Azucini on his 5-game streak, I believe. He was the last one standing for Nova and defeated.
Oh, he took down 2. He took down 2, I believe, right?
I think he took out all of QUESO. No, he took out all of QUESO and 2 out of 3 of Liquid, and then CMQ knocked him off.
Yeah, so a huge run from
him.
I'm sorry,
Immortals. I'm sorry,
Immortals.
So, new players signing with new teams all the time. I got to keep my notes. But you're right. No, he wiped out all of QUESO, 2 out of Immortals, then McHugh won, and then Liquid came in and took out Immortals.
Correct. Can Colton take down Trainer Chris? That is the question. Or will Nova reclaim the hill and get that 3rd point that you said earlier, really separating them from the pack?
There's a lot of money and power on the line here, because if Trainer Chris wins and gets that $100 bounty for clean sweeping a team, that also means that Nova is going to go into the next matchup against Immortals with all 3 of their players. You really don't want to lose any players, because you know that when the next team comes up, they are at full power, and they may have even made a few substitutes to improve their performance against you, so you really want your full roster. You can't substitute if you are on the hill. If you're defending it, you got to stick with the teams. But these other teams that are coming up on the hill, they may switch out their rosters. Yeah,
and it looks like there's a Dark Prince coming out on the right-hand side from Colton. Trainer Chris going to have, ooh, it looks like an Expo from Trainer Chris. This time he switched up. This time it is going to be the One-Claw Skeleton Quick Cycle Expo deck that you were alluding to earlier. I believe this one's a little bit more popular than the Mega Minion one. But nevertheless, the Mega Minion one works a little bit better versus a Lava Hound or an Aerial Assault. So it kind of depends, who do you think you're going up against, is kind of that question.
Colton is running an archetype we haven't seen too much of today, Double Prince. Prince came out at the game's launch. Dark Prince was the first card released in the global launch update. It was like they added 6 new cards. Dark Prince and Poison were in that group. And the Double Prince archetype was very popular for a long period of time because both of them charge. Dark Prince does splash damage. Prince does really high single target damage. So when they're combined, it's really hard to decide what to put in front, because whether a single tank or a swarm, they both will crash into it and do a ton of damage.
Yeah, and there was the P.E.K.K.A. Double Prince deck that was huge back in the day. Now not so much P.E.K.K.A. Double Prince, but there is a Golem Double Prince, and Colton is going to be playing that.
When you mentioned earlier that you used to play a ton of Sparky until Mega Minion came out and that really kind of ruined your Sparky dreams, I feel the same way. I remember playing Double Prince along with like a Lumberjack. It was a really aggressive, almost like the original Bridge Spam style deck. And I remember playing against Pompeo in these like 15K tournaments. I was doing pretty well. I thought I might be like something big in this game, but then Mega Minion came out and suddenly I just didn't have a good way to get rid of it, and it destroyed all of my Double Prince dreams.
Yeah, I mean, the air was not that prevalent in the beginning of the game. There wasn't that many air troops. All you really had was like minions, you know, Baby Dragon and a Lava Hound. You know, it's kind of all you had. But then, now as the game evolves, you know, as you see, and the players get better, you know, new cards come in, and like you said, the Mega Minion was a huge change, and these little card interactions make a huge difference. But look at this, and Expo connects on the tower, doing a little bit of damage. Can Trainer Chris cycle Expos fast enough to get past the Golem, the Prince, and the Dark Prince that are going to be, you know, big, beefy ground units like we were alluding to? Deal with it. He doesn't have, you know, that Mega Minion or anything really to easily clear it out. The One-Claw Skeletons, as they do good work for the Prince, as you said with the splash of the Dark Prince, he clears them out in one swing.
And that's what makes this such a difficult matchup for Colton, trying to get in, like actually had his Golems at the tower. Yeah, you got Golem against Expo, and that's really good. You got the tanks, but as Trainer Chris can go Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Ice Golem, Archers, Tesla over and over and over and over again, that's a really cheap cycle with a lot of defensive cards that makes it really hard to get through with any push.
Yeah, and Colton with that Elixir lead right there just tried to go all in, dropping that Mega Minion at the bridge, who really didn't do anything, got fireballed down. And now, you know, kind of evens out. Trainer Chris is back on his feet. Let's see if he's able to stop this, though. This is a Golem at the bridge with a Prince behind it. Now you got the Dark Prince. Beautiful kite there from the Ice Golem. But just like we said, Dark Prince cleared out all those skeletons in one swing, and the Mega Man's going straight for the tower.
The Double Princes are going to cut over and take out that Expo, stopping the offense. Good game comes out of Trainer Chris as the Mega Minion Golem are locking on. Trainer Chris's 3-0 sweep is coming to an end at the hands of Colton Wall. Team QUESO has one player left, and now Colton is in the hot seat for seeing if he can sweep Nova and take that $100 bounty.
Yeah, Colton getting that victory. You know, when you have a Golem and a Double Prince deck, you pretty much want to play an Expo deck, you know. Not so much you want to, but it's a very good matchup for you. You know, you have the Baby Dragon, you have the Mega Minion to really, you know, swipe down everything, you know, that's really in your way. You know, you can play it at the bridge as we saw there. The Mega Minion, you know, kind of just goes on its way. You can't pull a Mega Minion if it's played all the way at the end if you're trying to pull a Golem and everything else with the Expo and the Tesla. And it's one of those situations where you have to deal with every troop. You got the Dark Prince at the bridge, you know. A lot of people are now using Dark Prince at the bridge as like, you know, a spammy troop, you know, especially with the bridge spam, bringing that back. And it's really doing, you know, wonders, especially with the recent buff. It actually got buffed twice recently, and it's now one of those cards that's, I would say, one of the top 10 in the game.
I'm glad to see it come back into the meta. It's a fun card. Now, Azucini is coming up for Nova. This was their ringer earlier, the player with the most single eliminations in this tournament. Now, he had been running a giant, sparky Goblin Barrel Skeleton Army deck, a very interesting archetype. Fun story, though, for Colton versus Azucini. I don't know if you knew this. Back when Colton qualified for the fall season and he had to play through a large bracket event in order to claim that title, one of the players that he defeated along the way was Azucini. They played in, I want to say, the top 32 or top 16 or something of one of those qualifying brackets. So this is a rematch. Colton won that match, went on to represent the USA in the North American fall season of the Crown Championship Global Series. Azucini didn't quite make it, but he's looked significantly improved in today's event, and he might have a chance to get revenge in this next game.
The revenge, I mean, do we put a revenge bounty on it?
I don't know.
No?
I think we got to do one per hour. We're still in hour 2, or are we in hour?
Oh, no, we're in hour 3.
We do have a third bounty, don't we, then? I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to see a last-second victory bounty. That's something I'd like to see.
A last-second victory
So
bounty.
here's what
okay. All right.
You want to do? Let's do it. We got some time. Before Colton and Azucini begin, let's go ahead and declare our third $100 bounty of the day. Here's what it's going to be. If you can win a game with 3 or less seconds on the clock, I mean, that means overtime, red clock, 3, 2, 1. If you can win the game in that tiny brief window, I'll give you $100.
And you cannot stall out the game to make that happen.
Ooh, all right, in chat,
Yeah, you can't
add that qualification.
You can't stall out the game to make that happen.
I was thinking that's the fun.
No. That would happen in the first game, 100%. I would wait, and I'd be like, Zach,
all right.
It's over. But you have to naturally have it happen. We will be the judges
You'll
of
be
it.
the judge, all right.
All 3 of us, when Woody comes in as well, you can be the judge as well. Whoever naturally wins
3 seconds
with 3 seconds or less will be getting $100. Because dang, man, if I heard that, I'd be like, yep, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We'll throw emotes.
You're going to split it with, you're going to collude?
Yeah, collude.
We'll both take home 50, just let's hang out.
Yeah,
you're right.
Game,
So you got to naturally win. I'll give it to you, though. If there's 5 seconds left and you wait 2 seconds and then zap for the win,
yeah,
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can't drag it out for 30, 40, 50 seconds.
No.
Got it.
If it's like 15 seconds where you're just sitting there on the zap and everybody knows you have it and you're just, you know.
Maybe. All right. That's fair. Fair bounty. We're starting to get real complicated bounties here. Hour 3.
Hour 3. I mean, as it goes on, it gets a little more complicated.
So Colton is running Golem this time. Colton, a big fan of Golem. We got Golem, Baby Dragon, Mega Minion. It looks similar to the Double Prince deck we saw earlier. We'll see if Dark Prince is also making an appearance in this list.
It will be in this list, and this is with the Tornado now. So he's going to try to rely on the Tornado to tornado everything in and get a really good splash on, you know, a couple of units, and then really take down the tower on the left-hand side. It easily pulls in Electro Wizards, it pulls in, you know, Flying Machines or Mega Minions, really into the blast of either a Baby Dragon or a Dark Prince to really clear things up. And there it is, the Dark Prince on the left-hand side at the bridge, which you'll be seeing more and more of as it got buffed, as it got a little bit of extra health.
And still 2 cards remaining in Colton's deck. We've seen 7 out of 8 in Azucini's. Azucini's, that last card is probably, what, a P.E.K.K.A, you think? I mean, it looks like maybe it would be a Flying Machine or a P.E.K.K.A. It's a very defensive style deck, very popular deck in the metagame, although there's a million varieties.
This is the graveyard deck. This is the this is not the quick cycle, but
yes.
it is the annoying Goblin Hut graveyard deck that is currently in the meta. What it is you play defense, 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 and then the 1 second where you have that advantage, you go all in with the counterattack graveyard poison and hopefully do 2,000 damage on your opponent's tower.
It's definitely the kind of deck that forces you to pick your spots, and now we see it. The rocket comes down. That's a lot of elixir for Colton. So Azucini drops to the graveyard to take advantage of the low elixir. Tornado comes down for Colton, pulling some of them away. The Prince is blocking and absorbing. That tower, for the most part, didn't take too much damage, and most importantly for Colton, the Tornado brought a Skeleton over to the King Tower. Skeleton hits the King Tower. Now King Tower is active. It will be a third defensive tower, making future graveyards much more difficult to pull off.
Yes, and that is the #1 thing you want to have if you are the defender of a graveyard, is your King Tower activated. So 2 towers, smash on the tower. Oh no, a big mistake putting the Goblin Hut behind the King Tower, and that's going to get rocketed down. Graveyard coming out on the right-hand side from Azucini. That is a desperation graveyard. Dark Prince is going to easily be able to take off that. He's got a Golem. That Golem is on the Goblin Hut. There's the Tornado, tornadoing everything into the Baby Dragon. Mega Minion coming down here. The Dark Prince is going, just doesn't charge into that Electro Wizard because of the zap reset that the Electro Wizard has every single time it attacks. Baby Dragon on the right-hand side gets a Golem down in front, another Goblin Hut, and he's just trying to hold on for dear life at this point.
Yeah, Colton is really trying to keep that pressure going because as long as he can keep the fight going on Azucini's side of the board, well, that's that much less damage that's going to be coming onto his triple-digit tower. Yeah. Guards coming down, though, still doing some insane work. Guards are such a tough defensive troop.
Yeah, and here it is. Can he get the Mega Man on the tower? No, it's just such a slow troop. But here comes a Prince on the left-hand lane. Is he going to be able to get it down in time? No, but the Baby Dragon is going to get stopped as well. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And guys, let us break down the tiebreaker rules if it does go into a tiebreaker. It is going to be total tower damage done is the tiebreaker. So whoever does the most damage to all the towers combined is going to be the winner of the match. There is no ties for today.
And we have 4 towers, all with a little bit of damage. So we're going to have to do some quickie math if this goes for another minute. But we got 62 more seconds of double elixir time, and a lot could change in that. We have a huge push, double Prince push coming through as Dark Prince is clearing out the remainders. Baby Dragon's onto the tower with 2 Princes charging. This might be it right here. Colton is going to take out Azucini and hold Team QUESO's spot on the hill for at least 1 more game.
Yes, and not only will he hold the hill, he is now in position to get the $100 bounty of clearing out a team all by himself. So 1 more win for Colton, he's going to go home with $100.
Trainer Chris has already claimed 1 of the bounties today. There's going to be 6 total. 1 already claimed, 2 are active right now, 3 yet to be announced. So the 2 active bounties right now are defeat an entire team by yourself, something that Colton is just 1 game away from doing, and win with 3 seconds are left on the clock in overtime. So 3 seconds away from what would be a draw, then you pull it out. That's $100 in your pocket. Can't stall, though, and Chatton's the judge on that one.
Yeah, so in double elixir time, so if there's 3 seconds left on the clock for the game to end, you win within that little window, or in overtime with 2 seconds, 3 seconds left into the game, you are going to go home with that $100 bounty. And, I mean, here comes Razer, though, from Nova. Actually, he actually first got his start from Adult when he was back in the day.
A team
Glad
close to your heart.
Yes, yeah. So he was one of my players back in the day. Great player, love him. And I hope he continues his success with Nova. And he first started out, got his first 3 victories in a row to sweep Tribe to start out the day. And let's see if he can take down QUESO and Colton right here. Or is Colton, like you said earlier, going to get our first or second bounty of the day? It's going to be sweeping a team, and Colton currently took down 2 Nova players.
And you can see under their names next to the team, they both have 1 left. We are at El Ultimo Hombre, last man standing for both teams. So whichever wins will be pretty much solo against Immortals as they take the stage.
Yes, and we just got word that Immortals will be the next team that will be coming on the stage to play the winner of this match. It's going to be CMQ versus either Colton or Razer.
Both would be really exciting matchups. Colton and McHugh did play a bit in the fall season as they were both members of the Crown Championship Top 10. Razer, I don't believe, has ever fought CMQ in competitive play, at least not on a live stage environment. So that would be a really interesting first time. That's what we're here for. Yeah. I want to see these top players from all the top teams. I want to see dream matchups all day. So as long as I get to watch all-star matchups, EU versus NA, up and down the field, I'm thrilled.
Well, here comes a giant Prince, Baby Dragon on the right-hand lane. It looks like there's going to be a 3-crown base race right now, and Colton is totally okay with it. Mega Minion, though, is it going to be able to clear out the Baby Dragon in time? Yes, it will. There's no answer for that. He's got the okay, all right. All right, this is going to be a 1-for-1. Is it?
I'm not sure. The Prince goes down. That Mega Minion survived with just a sliver of health, and it has proved to be such a tough card to deal with. It doesn't die to Fireball, doesn't die to Poison. You could Lightning it, but it only costs 3, so it's not a good elixir trade to do so. And Rocket, same deal. So there's really not anything out there that has consistently been able to remove a Mega Minion on defense, and that's why it's become the focal defensive troop in so many decks, including both of the ones in this game.
Yeah, I mean, a Baby Dragon just doesn't do enough, and if you have a Log as your spell instead of a Zap, Baby Dragon's not going to be able to best a Mega Minion. As you saw there, took it out, and then now you have another Lava Hound Baby Dragon coming in for the Lava Hound, Lava Loon coming in on the left-hand side to go for a triple.
Yeah, Mega Minion matches up really well against Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon is not meant to fight single target troops. It's just not. Like, it does splash damage, it doesn't have a ton of health, it doesn't have a ton of single target damage. It's really just meant to clear out swarms. So when you have a Mega Minion, which is designed to be a single target attacker going up against that, it's not in your favor. Here we go, we have another Lava Hound with Flying Machine and Balloon Push. Now, Mega Minion's gonna come down in the middle and again, prove its prowess, chopping up that Flying Machine, but Mega Minion on the red side clears it out. It looks like we're trying to get a Tornado here, pull it to the Crown side. Colton about to lose his second tower, 13 seconds left. Razer's at 2-0. Colton's got to go all in for the win here. If Colton can win, he's going to get that $100 bounty, but no! Razer's going to turn it around for Nova Esports and defeat the last member of Team QUESO.